Good morning. It says I'm live. I'm going to go to my Facebook page and see if I am. There I am. Yes, I'm live. I like looking at the Facebook page with my info on the side so I can see when people come in and when they comment and things like that. And then I use my iPad over to the side to let me know what it looks like. So it's a fun way to, to set it all up. But I'm here and I'm ready to share some new colors with you. I did use the 3 in colors that I have, but I pulled in 3 core colors that are returning. 1 is new and 2 are returning. So I've got a combination to share with you today. I just wanted to give you an idea of what I have and some ideas so that you can kind of look at, okay, I really like that color, so that's something I might want to add to my order. For those who don't know me, I'm Robbie Rabala. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Bern, North Carolina. I love showing you all the ways you can use your stash and come give you ideas so that when you sit down to create, you are not frustrated. There is nothing worse than loving a craft so much and then sitting down to do something and being frustrated. So I hope that I take that frustration away from you. I like showing you different ideas with the things that I have. So maybe you see something you like, or something that sparks your interest, and that it might be something that you want to add to your collection. And then I always encourage you to shop your stash to see what you have, to make or copy, case is what they call it, case, or even change it a little bit with my ideas so that you get lots of ideas for you. When you come in, I know I got people watching, say hello to me and let me know that you're here. I love having people visit. I usually chit chat for about 5 minutes. So if you're here expecting me to get started right away, nope. Come back in 5 minutes or just let it go and go get your beverage of choice. So, because you do have some time. I do allow for people to come in. When I chit chat, I just kind of talk about the weather, things like that are down here. And, you know, that's just how I've always done it. And, you know, kind of gives you a little piece of my world. When I woke up this morning, it was cloudy and overcast, but now the sun is out and the clouds are parting and we have our beautiful Carolina blue sky. I love that blue in the sky. When I lived in Maryland, we might have it in the spring and fall, but the summer, the humidity was so high that it was always washed out. Sometimes it was almost a white. So being down here, we're coastal. So we're like, I got to do this backwards. Outer Banks are here, we're here. So there's a little space in between, and that ocean breeze just kind of affects our weather a lot and blows the clouds and all out. So that's why we have the blue sky all the time. I don't know if other areas in North Carolina have it or not, but we have it here. Not supposed to rain. We had rain yesterday. Oh my gosh. Several days ago, we had 3 inches of rain. It was last Saturday after I did the YouTube live. It just rained and rained and rained. We had 3 inches, over 3 inches in that day alone. It was unbelievable. We did have thunderstorms yesterday morning. It rained maybe a couple of hours, but then it cleared out. Hey, Renee. So it's cleared out now. I don't think we have any rain in the forecast. If it is, it's really, really low, the chance of it. So probably won't have any today, which is fine. I love the weekends. It has gotten warmer here. We were Let's see, we were close to 80, I think, yesterday, which, hey, Janice, which is okay. It's just too hot too soon. I would have liked it to be 70s, but our weather temperature does this till the summer when it stays here. But that's okay. You know, you just kind of learn to adjust and live with it. I have to tell you, I am having so much fun playing with new colors. I don't know about you, but you know, when I've used the same sets and the same colors for a while, I get kind of bored. So it's like, what else can I do? So that's when I start looking for different things to do, to show you. Maybe different color combos, techniques, ideas, mixing and matching, those kind of things. But when we have a new catalog come out, even if it doesn't have a color refresh, we get new in colors. And I love playing with the new in colors for a while, although these are rather interesting. They're a little, how do I say this? They have a grayish or brownish undertone, probably more of a brown undertone than a gray undertone to them. So learning to use those have been interesting. I got Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path, and Boho Blue. I did not get Wild Wheat. I'm not certain on that one. And I didn't get, what was the other? There's another one I didn't get. I chose 3 colors that are in paper that I'm going to use for a bundle tutorial that Vicki and I are doing. And it had Pebbled Path, the Bubble Bath, no, Pebbled Path, Moody Mauve, and Boho Blue. Definitely different, getting used to them. So I'm going to take one more sip of my tea, and I'm going to pull my camera over and we'll get started because I've got 6 colors to share with you today. Simple layouts, but still good. All right. And I don't have all of the ink pads. I'm pulling in my, oops, wrong way. I'm adjusting this before I flip it to it so that you don't. Okay. Here we go. There it is. I was like, all right, there we go. Here are the 2 colors that I'm going to use, or 2 colors, the 2 stamp sets. I'm going to use the Color and Contour, this image and these dots. And I'm going to use the Go-To Greetings for Just a Note on it. I am pulling in, hey, Janice, I'm pulling in some, what am I going to say? I don't know. Oh, I'm pulling in some retired dots. That's what I wanted to say. I'm going to pull over my scrap paper. And the first color I'm going to use is Lost Lagoon. Now, we had Lost Lagoon several years ago, but it is returning. So, and this was from, flip that over. This was from a paper pumpkin years ago. So I'm just using it because I don't have the stamp pad. And I'm just going to add some dots to the background. I thought it would be good to do something like this because it also shows you what the color looks like on the cardstock. Because as you can see, the color and the cardstock are not the same. The ink is darker. And I think that's important to know because if that's the case, maybe you don't want to get you know, a certain color or not. Maybe you want the pattern paper, but you're going, I mean, the cardstock, but maybe you're going to use it with maybe designer series paper, or even a different color that's lighter. Whoops, didn't come out. All right, so there's that. All right, so we've got that one. Now I'm going to, oops, making a mess here. I'm trying to, my Stampin' Scrub is empty. So I gotta get some more. I'm gonna put that up there. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna pull in a piece of white. Now, this is like 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So this piece is gonna go on here. And this is too long. They're all gonna be too long. I cut them down, but I didn't cut it to the right size. So I'll be cutting them all down. All right, so let me put this on here only because I need to know where everything is when I stamp. All right, I'm gonna flip this over and cut this piece off. I trimmed it to one size and then I changed my idea. So then I had to trim it down and I still didn't get it right. Now I'm gonna take that flower, I'm gonna ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it down here. All right. The photopolymer stamps don't like, and I'm going to be using my markers for some of the colors. So let me add my coloring to my flowers here. And I missed a piece, that one. No, it doesn't have it. All right, so I've got that. Then I need my sentiment, which is the just a note. That is a issue with the, all right, I'm going to hope and pray I didn't test this. That's a little crooked, but that's okay. All right, let me clean all of these. So I have them ready for my next color, and I'll put my card together, because if I don't clean it now, I may not remember. All right, now I'm going to put this on a black card base, and then I'm going to put that on a white panel on my card. I wanted to set it off a little bit, and I chose to use the black because it would go with every color. Plus, this is a color that I only have a few sheets. I ordered the core collection multi-pack rather than all of the packages of cardstock. I figure I'll add in cardstock as I go. If I find I use one more than others, I'll order that one first. But that's a good way to kind of spread your money out. So I ordered the package that has, it gave me 2 sheets of every color that's new, or returning, I should say. For the in colors, I didn't order the pads because I wanted to see what it would look like first, and I'm not positive I'm going to order wild wheat. I just have to wait and see. All right, now these are, and they're retired, silver and clear epoxy essentials. So I thought I'm going to use these up. So I'm going to use the circles on this one. All right. So I'm going to put one there. And let's put one there. And one down there. So there's the first card, and that one uses Lost Lagoon. So if this is a color you think you're going to like to craft with a lot, you might want to add it to your collection. And if you have some left, this is interesting because I had the Lost Lagoon pad, or this ink spot, and I think I had, I'm looking to see, I can't remember if I had the re-inker along with the marker or not, or if I sold the marker and all that and just had some paper left. So there's card one. All right, now let's play with one of the new in colors, and this is Pebbled Path. This one I am using my marker for, so I don't know how this is going to work. I did not get the ink pads. I know we're all trying to save our money, and no, it doesn't do too bad. We'll see how it does when I stamp the image. Okay. So I opted to get the markers versus the ink pads, thinking that I can take and order the pads later if it's a color I use a lot. I'm trying to vary this so that it looks random. And I'm not real fond of this splatter. I don't like the bigger dots. I would like the smaller ones like this, but this was in the set, so I just grabbed it quickly. All right. But once you get it on there, it's fine. All right. And I'm not worried about using up my marker because I can take that and refill it with the re-inker. So I'm not worried about that one. I really wished we had refillable alcohol markers. We're putting too much plastic and stuff that will not disintegrate into our landfill. All right. Got to think about future generations and taking care of our earth. Okay, so I've got that. Now, this is going to be interesting because this one, let me put my pen back in here. It'll be a little bit, so. All right, so I'm going to color this. And when you color with a marker, use the side of your marker, not your tip, because you'll ruin your tip. So this is a good way to color if you don't have the ink pads. And see, I didn't do too well there, but it's good enough. It gives you an idea, and that's the key. Hopefully there's enough. I may have to go get my other, I think I'm going to go get my other thing of, where is it? Here it is, Stampin' Mist. Only because I was looking for my other, there. This one is full, so I'm good. I want to make sure that I clean this. That brown will mess up my my next color if I don't. All right, now I'm going to put my filler on. All right, and this one, I don't know how this is going to stamp. We will see. All right, so let me get this up in here. It takes some finagling to get it lined up. There we go. That's not bad. Yeah, see this one doesn't like the markers. So solid images don't like markers. That's good to know. All right, now, let me see. I've got to angle it just slightly. Better. I got to remember, the just has to come down. Now this is going to go on the black also. Hey, Kim. I'm going to put this on here. And then I'll put it on my card base. I'm anxious to play with this color with other colors to see how it does. I know it'll go with the blue and the Moody Mauve, but I'm wondering what it would look like with other colors. All right. I'm gonna take my card base and I'm going to get it straight. I have an appointment after this with the tax person. I'm having my taxes done. Finally. I hate doing them. And having the business, you have to consider and do a lot with it. So there's oh, wait a minute. Nope, it's not. I'm going to use the diamonds on this one. And I think I'm going to try this. This is a hard plastic. And when you have that hard plastic, it sometimes is better to bend the plastic and put your pokey tool underneath when it lifts up and then place it on your card. Well, I kind of like these diamonds. That one's on crooked. You can't, I'll show you in just a minute. You can't, whoa, that one went flying. Well, where is it? Oh, it's on my finger. Very sticky. Get this. With these, you can't go at them this way because what'll happen is you separate the silver backing from it and then it doesn't work. There's no glue to it. So I always bend it. So there's that one. So there's card 2. All right, now you guys be watching and you let me know which is your favorite color. All right, I've got everything ready. I'm going to pull in another, pull back my piece here. Let's do Berry Burst. Now, this one is a pad that I had, but I will tell you, I don't know how it's going to stamp. And I didn't pull over my, can you see? There you go. See all those dots on there? That's crystallization. And what happens is it eventually covers your whole pad. And then you, your pad gets hard. Now I have heard, and I'm going to try it. I have an old, I keep getting these stupid VA benefit things. I've never been in the service. They say you can scrape them off, but I'm not, see, I don't think that works. And I'm just going to throw this away. All right, so we'll see if this one works or not. If not, I'll grab the, oh, it does. What they tell you to do is to, when this happens, it's the foaming agent that they put in here. And it happens with reds a lot for some reason. But they put a foaming agent in it so that when you stamp, it doesn't what do you call it? It doesn't bubble up. Well, I personally would rather have it bubble up than this because I can get rid of the bubbles. But that, they say to take your pad, run it under warm water till all the ink is gone. Well, I'm not going to do that with my pads because I think it's a waste of money. So that's just me personally. So I'm looking at getting some, and I need to play. I want to get some uninked pads. I've tried the spots like this one. They're okay, but it's hard to hold on to. But I did see something and I have to try it. They say when your thing here gets all messed up, take this off and put some glue on it and put it on the back, and then you have a holder, but I don't know. So I'm gonna do my own thing with some of my pads because then I know it won't get ruined and I have to get rid of it. All right, time for my image now. All right. And I'm leaving a little bit of white over here for some interest. And I am, I picked that one up. Oh, it didn't. I thought it would have. I am watching and I'm putting, oh, see, this is what happens. I may have to wash this. Give me a minute because this is a mess. Sorry about that. Another thing that happens is you get blobs of these things come off on your stamping and they don't dry. It takes them, they just sit there and then you smear your card and you get it all messed up. So that's another reason it's like, no, 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 no. All right. I'm trying to watch and get it down. All right, now that one did better. I don't know why the other one picked up all those pieces. And let's see how this one does. All right, I got to remember, pull that one down just slightly. Got it. All right, now hopefully, here's what I'm going to do to make sure that it doesn't do that. I'm going to do this. See, there was a little bit there. So that's something to think about. If it has those, I don't know, bubbles, crystals, I thought it was mold, but they say it's crystallization. So, all right. Okay. I have pads that I have had for years that this never did it to. And that's these pads, you shouldn't have to replace your pads every couple of years. That's not good. You know, they should last as long as you can get the re-inker for it or have the re-inker for it. And most of the time I ended with a re-inker. If I didn't have enough, I didn't buy another one, but I did. If I had one, that was fine. But usually I do because when I run out of re-inker, I just buy another one. So what do you think of this layout? Quick, easy. I mean, I've got just a note on all these. You could put thank you, happy birthday, lots of ideas. I'm going to clean that just in case. Okay, I haven't used the teardrops. So let's use the teardrops on this one. And like I said, these are retired. We all have retired stash. So see what you have, pull it out and use it. And what stamp set do you have that you could do this same idea with? And colors. There's so many so many pretty blues. So it would be fun to do a bunch of different blues. All right, there's number 3. All right, pull back my paper and let's go with Moody Mauve. And I decided to do this so you can see the difference here. And then this is Bubble Bath. So it kind of gives you an idea of the difference in colors. I'm going to do on my YouTube channel, I'm going to take a different color in color, and I'm going to do a comparison. And I'll do the core colors also. And maybe you have something from way back that you could pair it with. To me, the re-inkers don't always match. So if they don't always match, what do you already have you could use? I know a lot of people think that the Lemon Lolly looks like Barely Banana, but I think I have some Barely Banana that I can show you. It's not. That's the thing, is I'm going way back with my colors, and I'm gonna pull out what I have and label them. I have a bunch of 12 by 12 that go, they may be like only orange, things like that. I don't know, I'd have to look to see what I have, but I'll show you what I have so you can see if you have some of these. I know a lot of people have been looking for some, I may even have, I don't know if I do or not, brocade blue, but just a comparison to show you what some of these look like. All right, so there's that one. All right, I'm always afraid that these aren't gonna clean off well. I need to switch out my Stampin' Scrub. What I'm doing is my older stamps I've had for a while, I always clean them with water, but the rubber, red rubber especially, you really need to condition it. And I didn't know that. It was something new that I learned. So what I've been doing is when I'm using my stamps for like a month or so to make sure I hit all of them, I'm going to use my Stampin' Scrub to clean it. And that's, I can tell you right now, that's dirty. So I'm going to pull in another one to clean it. And then I'm going to, I'll go back to using the water, but that will condition it and make sure it stays, doesn't dry out. I don't know if it affects the photopolymer or not, but we'll find out. I figured it can't hurt, and I have the Stampin' Scrub. Okay. All right, now it says I don't have anybody in here, so I don't know if anybody's here or not. If you're here, say hello and let me know of the ones I've done so far. What's your favorite color? I've done the Lost Lagoon, Pebbled Path, Berry Burst, and this one is Moody Mauve. Now I have to tell you, I did not think, this one's a little harder to line up. Maybe I'm trying to be too perfect and they don't match. See, I think that's got some residual of the Berry Burst on it. I don't know, Kim. Berry Burst, I don't remember when it even came out, to be honest with you. But Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist. You had to be in because I was a demo when I had them from being a demo, and you and I joined at the same time. This is the funniest story. I had joined, and I was going to my very first convention. And I was all by myself. Nobody from Maryland was going, or the East Coast that I knew. And I was out visiting my daughter. At that time, Jess lived in California. So I went out to see her. So I drove cross country to take some things, because she got married and moved out there, take some things to her. And I realized that I was going to fly back. I could take and do the Stampin' Up! Convention. So I flew from California to Salt Lake, because that's where they were doing it. They were doing conventions at the time. And then I could fly from Salt Lake home. So I went, and I was standing in line to pick up, at that time you got some kind of bag or something, to pick up my bag and all my other stuff that you got for registering. And I can't remember if Kim was in front of me or behind me, but I will tell you, I'm very, very shy. So I know she was the first one to say something to me. Oh, Memento Mall? Okay, I thought we were in line, but I knew we met somewhere there. She was the first to speak, and we just started talking, and she found out, she was from Salt Lake. We found out that, you know, it was the funniest thing. So we asked when we joined, and we both said July. And we asked, what day did we join? We joined on the exact same day. It was the funniest thing to run into someone out of thousands of people who joined on the exact day, the exact year that you did. So we've been friends ever since. We've done a couple of conventions together, and now that they don't have them, we haven't been. But there's card 4. All right, now let's do Bubble Bath. I have to tell you, I really like this one. This one I like a lot. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to try and move some of these colors out of here because I don't want to grab it by mistake. I want to see what colors I can pair this one with, because it's not as pretty. Oh, July 7th, 2005. Yep, I knew it. So we've been in for that long, demonstrators for that long. And, you know, if I was going to convention, I'd let her know and we would meet up. But it was so nice because we hung around the whole convention together, because I didn't have anybody to hang with, and we just hung out. So, and as you can see, the ink color is a little different. So I don't know if Pink Pirouette, I think, is going to be, this is a purpley pink, and Pink Pirouette is not a purpley pink. So I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll find out. Sometimes just stamping off. And I'll do that on the back of this when I finish stamping. Matches the color better. But I did get the marker so I could at least color my stamps. Okay. All right. I will pull in all the colors. I know my blue people are probably going to love that boho blue, but we'll see. Let me see if I can stamp there. See, it's too, I think it's too much, although let me make sure it's not. I think it goes too light for a second generation. Let's find out. Yeah, it's too light. Oops, knocked down my Stampin' Scrub. All right, let's get this one put together. And then we have one left. This would make a great, this idea, this layout would make a great gift set. And like I said, you could vary the sentiments in here. You could use just a note, happy birthday, thinking of you. So that one was really crooked. So some ways to use a simple layout, make a note set to give to someone. And then you can, you know, card sets are great gifts. Because then they have the card for whatever occasion they need it. Okay. Obviously, I've used this set a lot with pink because it's stained. And that's the sign of a good photopolymer stamp set. If it stains, you know it's good. A lot of times, you will get what you think is photopolymer and it's not. It's really acrylic. And that does not stamp well over time. And I missed part of that. So I'm going to hopefully, this is really light. Go there. Yeah, this I think it's this stamp that has this stuff on it. I'm going to try something. I'm going to wipe it off and see if there's something on here. Some of the photopolymer will do that. It's not my favorite thing to have happen, but there's not much you can do about it. It's in the processing. And I guess the process affects everything. Okay, now see, I'm a pink girl, so that's why I love this one. But if you're not a pink person, maybe you're a blue person. The Pebble Path, I think, would be a good one to do as a thinking of you or sympathy card. It's, come on, don't grab yet. There, I think that's better. That's this one. See, that I think would be very pretty as a thinking of you with sympathy card. So, you know, lots of, oops, I don't want to put that on yet. I haven't fixed my card base. And now I have to decide. Oh, I know what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the diamonds on this one because I really like those diamonds. I have not ordered, other than the ribbon for the in colors, I haven't ordered any other ribbon. I'm really disappointed that we don't have any, other than Baker's twine, we don't have any like 1/4 of an inch white. I love the smaller white to dye so that I can use it with any color I want. Ooh, I've got inky fingers. All right, let me get my gems on here. Like I said, I'm going to use the diamonds on this one because I love these little diamonds, the sparkle. You could easily add, we don't have ribbon in all the colors either. And that's the reason why, like, I don't know if there's any powder pink ribbon. I can't remember. But see, that way with the white, you can dye it. Now we do have a white, but it's 3/4 of an inch. So I will be ordering that and doing some chopping to see what it does if I deconstruct it. All right, there's number 5. One more. Okay. And this one is the boho blue. So let me see. I'll have to check my pink pads to see if any of my pink ones have got that crystallization on it. I know my cherry cobbler has, my blackberry bliss. I ordered a new pad for that. Because I needed a good one. And then when I noticed more and more, I haven't noticed my real red doing it, but cherry cobbler has. And once it gets that crystallization on, I know they say you can run it under, and I may try it with my berry burst. Since I already have the pad, I may try it and see what happens, but then you have to re-ink it. So I figure if I'm going to re-ink it, I'm going to buy a pad that it's not going to do it. People have said they've done it and it hasn't affected it. Hey, Betty Ann, it's never done it anymore. So I think I'm going to have to give it a try and see if it works. All right, let me get the bottom of this one. But as you can see, you can very easily use your marker to color your image. Until you can get, I loved Pink Pirouette too, Kim. It was so pretty. I think you used to use it a lot with Bravo Burgundy. That was a gorgeous combination. And I think I have some Bravo Burgundy left in the 12 by 12 paper that I have. All right, here we go. I'm gonna, for those of you coming in, I cut my paper to one size and then I changed it. So I cut it down again and I still didn't cut it to the right size because I changed it again. So one of those things. So that's the reason why I'm trimming off the end. I had it cut at 5.5. And then I was going to add the white panel. So I cut it to 5 1/4, but then I opted to put the black behind it. And that meant this went down to 5 1/8. Actually, I use 3/16 when I cut mine down. I just find it a little bit easier and you get a little bit more of a, oh, I'm not going to put this yet. A little bit more of a border to work with. I noticed this week with my classes, my ladies were struggling. So I think I'm going to go to the 3/16 because I think it'll be easier for them. Okay, let's get this and we'll see if my cleaning off that make sure I get the whole thing this time. That other stamp that goes inside here works better, or if it's still that. They say you can sand it also. Pick the sanding block. How many of you remember that one? That one goes way back. I still have 1 or 2, but they say you can sand it. But I think it's just the way this one is done. So let's see if it worked. I know there's a texture to it, but let's see if it took care of some of it. All right. Nope, it didn't. So I think it's just the way the stamp is done. But who knows? I may try sanding it lightly to see. See if it makes a difference. Sometimes there's a film on it that no matter what you do, you have to sand it off. So we'll see. I may try it, like I said. Oh, I've got red on my finger. Dang. All right, you don't see that, right? Okay. Oh, and I forgot to stamp my sentiment before I put that on there. Okay, let me do that. Let's see here now. I have to remember the just side has to be down just slightly. Not bad, close. All right, and I think I'll put the circles on this one. And I'm gonna go with my way of bending back. I'm gonna put that one there instead, because that one's up high. Bending back the plastic and picking it up, because then I know you just have to be careful not to bend it too far or it'll go shooting across the room, as you very well saw with the. All right, there is the boho blue. So today I did Lost Lagoon, Very Burst, Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path. Move this up a little. Bubble Bath, and Boho Blue. Oh, well, you slide them over. I didn't realize that one was way off. There we go. That's a little better. So there are the 6 colors. This one, and this one are new in colors. This one, and this one are new core colors. This one is brand new. These are returning core colors. So I gave you an idea with some of the new colors that will be available in March. And if you're a demonstrator, they're available now. And you can kind of decide which ones you want to add to your collection. I ordered the core collection. I ordered the multi-pack for the paper, the cardstock, and the multi-pack of markers. So I would have those. I did not order the cardstock. Some of them, like Blueberry Bushel, Misty Moonlight, I had cardstock left. So I have enough to work with. I do not have any pretty peacock other than the 2 sheets from the one that they sent us, Lost Lagoon, Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly. But those are some ones that I will be looking at getting the cardstock for. So there you go, ladies. 6 cards and all with the same stamp set. And if you have the Stamparatus that is retiring or another stamping platform, which I do have, you can set it up and you can have this ready to go and then add that in afterwards, so that you can mass produce them. All you have to do is stamp it, clean it, ink it up, stamp it with another color. So like I said, a great way to mass produce. And if you find something that's a longer one of those, you can use that. All right, I'm going to get ready and move my camera. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to spotlight my face so that you don't get dizzy. And I hope I've given you some ideas and that you'll pull out your colors. Now, don't forget, Wednesday, I will be live on Facebook, and I'm going to take one of the in colors that I have. So either Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, or Pebbled Path. I have to look at the colors to jog my memory. And I'm going to compare it to all the colors that they fit in, like the Pebbled Path. I'll compare it to all the browns so that you can see new and old. And maybe you have something already that's close to it. And maybe if you don't like the fact that this isn't a perfect match, it's a little darker, maybe you have something that you could use instead, especially if you're on a budget and trying to save your pennies. You know, if you have like, as an example, chocolate chip, you know, or early espresso on here, you know, you could maybe get away with it. So we'll be doing some playing and seeing how it goes, and I'll show you some ideas. Oh, thanks, Kim. Oh yeah, it was. I tell that story about you and I a lot, because I think it's phenomenal to me that out of 4,000 and 5,000 people, we would happen to meet up, and then to have joined the same day, you know, the same year is just phenomenal. So, all right, guys, be thinking about me at 1 o'clock. That's my appointment for my taxes. I hope I have everything that I need. I had a lot of work to do with it, and I need to talk to this lady and say, is there another way I can do this where it's not so time consuming? We'll see. She may say, no, you got it. Keep it going. All right. Okay. If I don't see you Wednesday, and I'll post the link, I will see you next Saturday, 10:30, with some more ideas. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.